That's right. You see the headline? This is for real. This is what I'm going to talk about. The Sacramento Kings can become the Phoenix Suns next season. And before I get started, I want to welcome all the Phoenix Suns fans that came to this video and saw the title of the video. Welcome to my channel. For my SACTOWN faithful, what is going on? It's SACTOWN Pete back at it again with another video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Happy Saturday to everybody. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful weekend. Let's talk about the exciting Phoenix Suns. And man, oh man, it gets me excited thinking about our Sacramento Kings. So the Phoenix Suns turned around. I came across this article online posted by Alex Porter. Great article. Definitely want to talk about it right now. It just talks about the Phoenix Suns turnaround and in depth. I won't talk about the whole actual article. I just want to read bits and parts of the article. Mr. Porter, talks about the rise of the Phoenix Suns, and a part of this article it talks about in that stretch the worst record was 1963, which was under Coach Igor Kokoskov, who was a former assistant of the Sacramento Kings and decided to leave the coaching staff under Dave Yeager. That was a couple years ago. This 1963 season was just 3 years ago during the 18-19 season. What many consider the franchise-altering move was our acquisition of Chris Paul from OKC last offseason. In Paul, the Suns got a veteran point guard with arguably the highest basketball IQ in the league. Because of that huge move, it allowed Phoenix to become a desirable free agent destination. Perhaps their biggest pickup was Jay Crowder. Crowder, an NBA journeyman, is now on a seventh NBA team. However, he got a lot of experience, and that is something valuable to the Suns. And let me tell you what, the Phoenix Suns have been probably the most exciting team, in my opinion, during this these playoffs. Nobody gave them credit when they were the number 2 overall seed and they beat the Los Angeles Lakers. Everybody thought they were upset. In my opinion, no way. They were not the upset against the Lakers, despite having LeBron James and Anthony Davis. If Anthony Davis was healthy and if he played the last couple games in the series, I still would have had the Suns beating the Lakers, even with a healthy Anthony Davis. That is because the Suns are that good of a team. They are deep, they're stacked, they are loaded. They have played really well, and I wanted to say that I know a lot, maybe some that are watching this video really didn't know how the Suns played basketball until they tuned into the playoffs. I've been keeping tabs on the Phoenix Suns because my cousin is a diehard Suns fan, so I watched a lot of Phoenix Suns games with him. And as soon as the playoffs started, we were just having this conversation. We are like, hey, this Phoenix Suns basketball team is going to surprise and turn heads in these playoffs. And they are my pick to make it to the Western Conference Finals. I do have them beating the Denver Nuggets. We'll see how that Utah and Clippers series goes, but I do have the Suns making it to the Western Conference Finals. And the thing is, I agree with Mr. Porter in this article. Chris Paul was definitely the altering move that changed the landscape of this franchise and this basketball team this season. He's a high IQ. Hardly is the highest highest basketball IQ in the league. He's just a floor general, a leader, very vocal, and he's proven every team he's gone to, he's proven to be a winning. He's proven to have a winning attitude and a culture and a winning impact, should I say, on that team. Whether it was the Clippers, the Hornets, the OKC Thunder, and now the Phoenix Suns. And I think the Sacramento Kings are in good position to be similar to the Phoenix Suns next season. When I look at Chris Paul, Devin Booker, I look at Tyrese Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox. I think those two, Tyrese Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox, I think about DeAndre Ayton in the middle. I think about Marvin Bagley currently. Yes, we know what Marvin Bagley's situation is, and we know what he has to do. But when he's healthy and his PER, he's a beast. He's definitely a beast, and I think that we have that big and Bagley in the middle. The thing that blows me away with the Suns, they have guards, not only just guards in Payne, Booker, and Paul that can get their own shot and put pressure on the defense offensively, and they can D up defensively. I see that the Kings can do the same with Tyrese Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox. They can offensively put pressure on defenses, and the thing is, defensively, they have the potential, and I think that they're going to be a lot better defensively this upcoming season. Um, of course, our defense was nowhere as good as the Phoenix Suns defense, and obviously a showcase throughout the season because we had one of the worst, if not the worst, defense this past season. But that's okay because that past season is over for us at least, and I think moving forward, it's going to be a brand new season, and we're going to be a lot better defensively as well. And also, that blows me away is that the Phoenix Suns playstyle is so similar to Sacramento Kings. We like to get up and down the court. We like to push the pace. I mean, we have the fastest point guard in the league in De'Aaron Fox, and he likes to push the pace. The Suns have wings that can shoot the three and play D, so that's key. Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, they both have been studs for the Phoenix Suns this season. Bridges, low-key, I like Bridges. He's been so low-key this season, but he does a lot for this Phoenix Suns team. That doesn't show up on the stat sheets. I mean, he hustles. He goes after deflections. He's diving all over the court, and he's an open spot-up knockdown shooter, and he plays defense. And Jay Crowder is a legit pickup. I mean, I'll admit it now because I didn't like the whole Suns getting rid of Oubre and then signing Crowder. I felt like Oubre offensively was a better player than Crowder, but I now know why they did that because they needed veteranship, they needed leadership along with Chris Paul, and Jay Crowder is perfect guy, an NBA journeyman that's been through the trenches, and I think that he has done a fantastic job and he's had a positive impact on this franchise. So far throughout the season and so far in these playoffs. I mean, look at him against the Lakers series against LeBron. I mean, doing the salsa dance, celebrating, and then getting ejected for that. That was pretty funny. And even the series against the Nuggets, he's made big-time shots. And he's played well, pretty good defense as well. And for the Kings to have those wings that can shoot and play the D, they potentially do have that with currently Harrison Barnes, who can be a 3-and-D guy. We know he plays defense and he can spread the floor and shoot the three. And I'll throw in Mo Harkless in there as well. He can play defense. He's long and lengthy, and he can catch and shoot and spot up and make those corner threes. Obviously, with the draft coming up, if a 3-and-D type of player is available in the draft as well, I will be open to taking that if I'm the Sacramento Kings, if they do decide to keep the pick, or maybe trade for a wing. That if you think that Mo Harkless and Harrison Barnes are not those answers that can get you like how Mikal Bridges and Jay Crowder can play on a daily basis. But potentially, I think they can become the Jay Crowder, Mikal Bridges. But then again, I would be open to getting that Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder type of player, whether it's through the draft, free agency, or via trade. And I just like the Suns' play style, man. Monty Williams has done a fantastic job of just coaching his team. This team itself, James Jones, man, the general manager, he's done a fantastic job of building this team from the ground up and getting it right. And the Suns faithful, they deserve it, man. They've been obviously in the cellar just like us. Have we been in the cellar? Obviously, we've been in the cellar longer for 6 more years than them. But man, the watching the game too the other night and seeing the loud building that Phoenix had and how this team was just treating their faithful fans. I want to witness and experience that as a Kings fan in the Golden One next season. I want Monty McNair to do everything in his power and will to make sure that De'Aaron Fox gets in the playoffs next season. Seeing John Morant, seeing Trae Young, seeing Luka, seeing all these young guards, Devin Booker, seeing them all light it up in the playoffs and get their moment to shine. Donovan Mitchell. I want to see that for Fox. I really want to see that for De'Aaron Fox next season, and I know he's hungry. I know he wants it as well, and I really do think that we have the chance to get it in, do that, and give him a chance to showcase his talents in the playoff stage, where maybe not that many people don't really know much of De'Aaron Fox, but they're gonna know once he gets on the playoff stage. They will know, just like how everybody's raving about Devin Booker right now. And I really do believe that the Kings are on their way to becoming this Phoenix Suns type of team, man. I think the blueprint, follow that similar blueprint, trade for a dog, CP3 type. Obviously, there's only one CP3 in the league, but you guys know what I mean. We definitely need a dog to go with Tyrese Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox. Marvin Bagley, physically, mentally, he's there. Physically, get right physically, and let's come back and let's beast out. I mean, Bags, you're seeing DeAndre Ayton have a good playoff career so far in his debut, and that's what I want to see Marvin Bagley is to be in a playoff environment and to beast out just like how DeAndre Ayton has been this playoff so far. Coaching, yeah, Monty Williams has done a fantastic job. Like I said, Luke Walton, we're gonna have him next season, and I think a big part of Luke Walton's coaching flaws, he has a chance to change that and change up his structure and his coaching philosophy. It's possible, man. Dave Yeager did it when he coached here in Sacramento. He was a half-court coach, but he switched it up in his third year. He pushed the tempo. We played it more up-tempo, and look how that worked for us. It panned out well. And although Yeager's no longer with the team, Luke Walton's the team, and Luke Walton should be changing up his coaching philosophy in his third season. Past two seasons, guys, we're not that far. We won 31 games the past two seasons. Obviously, a little more disappointing this season because of those multiple 9-game losing streaks. That's 18 games right there. Considering the fact that we won 31 games this season, and we had those multiple 9-game losing streaks, and that's 18 games. If it wasn't for that, I honestly felt like we would have cracked in, and I really thought we could have been close to around 40 wins this season. That's how I really feel. I mean, you guys might call me crazy or not, but that's how I really feel. And I feel like we're going to be a lot better next season. We have to be. It's not an excuse. There's no choice. The Sacramento Kings have to be a lot better next season. And with these acquisitions, similar like to Phoenix Suns, they can become the Phoenix Suns basketball team that we're seeing now in the playoffs. And speaking of the playoffs, man, the Eastern Conference, I know people have asked me, Brooklyn Nets, even without James Harden, I know James Harden's been hurt with the hamstring. I still got the Nets, even without James Harden, coming out of the Eastern Conference. I like Atlanta Hawks. I like the Atlanta Hawks as well, man. I do like them against the Philadelphia 76ers. I love Trae Young, his style of play. I love Bogdan Bogdanovic. It's just killing this Kings fans seeing Bogdanovic light up the playoffs and be on the playoff platform. And he's shining. And this is what's going to happen. I knew this was going to happen to Bogdanovic, and I'm happy for him. But no hate against the Sixers. I do like the Atlanta Hawks beating the Philadelphia 76ers. But ultimately, at the East, I do got the Brooklyn Nets coming out and ultimately winning the championship. Western Conference, I like the Suns. I already mentioned this before. They are a really fun, exciting team to watch. Probably the exciting team in the playoffs right now. I did watch the Utah Jazz the other night. They're fun too. They're pretty damn exciting to watch as well. But that series is going to be interesting. I still will probably say Clippers just because Kawhi Leonard's that good, and he has the most experience in that series. And I think that he can take over a series. And as we saw against the Mavericks, he balled out the last two games and closed them out. But I wouldn't underestimate the Jazz because they've been doing it all season and they're the number one team for a reason. But the Phoenix Suns, guys, they are rolling. They are my pick to beat the Denver Nuggets. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Cameron Payne, their guards are too much for Denver Nuggets guards. Even if Jamal Murray was healthy and he was playing the series, the Suns will still be too much for the Denver Nuggets. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are. I mean, like I said, guys, I'm being upfront. I want what's best for our organization moving forward. I want to witness and experience a playoff caliber game in the Golden One Center. We deserve it. We've been suffering a long time. We've suffered enough. It's time for Monty McNair to make all these acquisitions to improve the roster tremendously and get De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton in the playoffs next season. So that's how I feel. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this. I really do feel like with the great offseason and with the current pieces that we have on the roster, we can become the Phoenix Suns next season. And the Suns are balling out. Best of luck to them. I mean, shout out to my little cousin. Best of luck to him. I know he's enjoying it. He's suffered a long time, and he's enjoyed this playoff run. And I know that he would want us to, me and the rest of the Kings fans, he would want the same as that is to end the drought, end the suffering, and become an ultimate playoff caliber team. So once again, guys, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. Please hit the like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And we'll talk about the draft lottery coming up soon. A couple weeks away. We will talk about that. And we'll see. We'll know for sure where the Sacramento Kings will be picking. And we'll go from there. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me for today's video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys take care. Have a good rest of your Saturday. Have a good rest of your weekend. Stay safe. Stay healthy. God bless. Keep pushing forward, and I'll catch you guys on my next video. Peace.